So let's get into some culture talk. If you are new to the show, we do have a lot of new listeners, and we thank you for joining us. If you're new to the show here, we usually start with culture first. And we had a culture roundtable when I just go around and ask the fellas, what have they, what caught their eye from the weekend? And then we discuss it. So because I'm coming to you first, Millie, what caught your eye this weekend? What from the culture do you want to talk about?
Short and sweet, you know me. Black is King with Beyonce. It caught my eye mainly because it's one of an iconic person, somebody a lot of people look out to. You know what I mean? And she threw out a piece of, honestly, when I first heard of it, I first watched the first 5-10 minutes. I was very uninterested in the whole thing, to be honest with you. And then I actually sat down, actually watched it, and it's actually a beautiful piece of art. And I mean, beautiful piece of art. She did a well job. I mean, she
Had me
really
nervous for a second,
Mills. She do deserve a round of applause, man. I mean, I do recommend that each and every one of you, check it out. It's about 1 hour and 20 minutes. It just talks about. I mean, it really shows how beautiful the Black American race is. About our heritage, where we came from, where we are right now. Where we're going in the future. A lot of beautiful people. Beautiful scenes. The music is great. The dancing is great. It's just an overall great experience, and I do recommend that each and every one of you just take the time out and just watch it. I know a lot of females and males that like Beyonce. They're gonna watch it anyway, and most of them are gonna enjoy it just because she is who she is. But I really want you guys to sit down and actually analyze the film, and you will be blessed.
All right. Anybody want to speak on that?
Right.
I thought the show. I agree with Mills. I thought the visual album was dope. Just showing the wealth of wherever she was at. I don't think she was in America. I'm assuming Africa or
South Africa,
and it was really dope. The storyline of how the album, the movie went with the Lion King. The storyline went with Lion King, which I think personally, Lion King is the best movie of all time for me. It's my number one. I always say that. I think you just a lot of lessons in Lion King, a lot of things that you can pull from it, and she used that and she made her own story, and I think it was dope.
Preach. I don't like your body language, no Rat. You and I, we agreed on this about 10 years ago.
Oh, Lion King, the best movie of all time, man.
We was on the way to go see Toy Story 3, and we was talking about they need to make another Lion King because that's the best movie ever. But Toy Story 3 is going to be the best movie of 2010. But Preach, what do you think about what Rad just said?
That was a movie in 2010, and also Lion King is. I don't even know if that should be included in a top movie of our time. But that's neither here nor there.
You lost your mind, bro. That's blasphemous.
It's not blasphemous. It's just honest. As it relates to Black is King,
don't do it, Preach.
Let me start with love. I appreciate Beyonce. I think she is probably the greatest entertainer of all time. Whenever she does any project, she's very thoughtful. She's very measured, and she does it to the best of her ability. And don't get me wrong, hear me when I say this, I appreciate this project.
I don't want to cut you off, but please don't say the word "but." If you're gonna say "but," just stop talking and we gonna keep moving. Don't say the word "but," bro.
Exactly.
I won't say "but," but I will say "however."
However,
yeah, it like I'm not as captured by it as everybody else. I'm gonna be honest, and this is why. I'll say this. I tell people this all the time. As far as Black excellence, I love the visuals, but as far as like Black excellence in certain things that is promoted in music. Sometimes it's just a preference for me. I don't like to hear it from music or in that vein. I like to read it and I like to hear it from a different source. And that's just a preference thing. So when I see things like that, it doesn't necessarily captivate me. I am awed by, the presentation. I can appreciate that. But for me, it's just like, I'm cool. I don't need all that from you. I really want you to sing.
Let me push back real quick, because you are a big J. Cole fan, and most his rap is about Black excellence. Kendrick is about Black excellence.
That's J. Cole of late. Like, I fell in love with J. Cole in my formative years when I first got to college, because J. Cole spoke from that experience. Yeah. And don't get me wrong, I still appreciate him, but that's why I'm not like I still love his music, but I'm not like, gung ho about everything that he's putting out now. And this is no disrespect this is why I'm not a huge fan of Tupac. Granted, I love his music.
Oh, the show took a turn now.
Listen, I'm just being honest. I want to be honest. I love I appreciate him, but I don't need to hear those messages from you. There are some people who do need to hear it. I understand that. But for me, I'm cool.
Yeah, I guess you read a lot, preach. I will give you that, but that's all I'm giving you, to be honest. But I do appreciate.
That's why I don't like Tupac. Is nuts.
No, not so much.
I get it, but
I get it, but it's like I don't. That's why I understand what you're saying. I don't respect it and I don't agree with it, but I do understand where it's coming from. Okay. But it's something you said, preach, that I do want to touch on, and I don't want to talk about Black is King. Mills hit the nail on the hammer, or what? Mills, what is it? You hit the hammer with the nail? I don't know. That's your thing. But I don't want to talk about Black is King. I want to talk about Beyonce, because I remember the days of comparing her with it was like her and Rihanna, the Beehive and the Navy, and Rihanna, she's doing her makeup thing, Fenty. So there's nothing disrespect to her or anything like that. No, she went away on her own. But when we talk about Beyonce, it should never be a Beyonce or Summer Walker conversation. Like, who is the best woman artist? No, it's not. No, it's not. It's not. No, I'm just saying. Just making sure that it's not that. No. But no one should also be saying Beyonce or Drake either. I think Beyonce is the best musical person on earth right now. I think what she is doing is crazy. And I feel like she should be compared to like the Lin-Manuel Miranda's. Like Mel said, she create art. It's just not music. The way she danced, the visuals, between Homecoming, Black is King, Lemonade, that's different. That's different than what anybody else in music is doing. So when we talk about Beyonce, it should be talk about compare that to Hamilton, comparing it to like the top fashion designer. Maybe if you want to say her and Yeezy, the fashion brand, and what he doing with what he doing with fashion, not music, what he doing with fashion. Beyonce should be in those conversations. It should never be another musical conversation with anybody that's alive. If you want to have the Beyonce or Michael Jackson, Beyonce or Prince conversation, let's have it. But I'm not having anything else besides that.
No, I agree with you, Mike. I think Beyonce is definitely the best entertainer of our lifetime, and I don't think it's close, because it embodies more than just music, as you say, and she just on another level, far as just the icon that she's just bigger than whatever she's doing, and I definitely agree with it. Just watching her growth, just from Destiny's Child to Bootylicious or whatever, now to see her to where she's at now. And you got to give a lot of credit to Jay too. Jay was in that joint too, and that joint was dope. So I definitely agree. They are Black excellence at its finest. And I just, when you watch it, it's like, yeah, it just aspire. You want to aspire to I don't know if you aspire to go to places like that, to see things like that, to experience things like that, that they show. So I think definitely it was beautiful.
I think she's so, and she dedicated to her son. she definitely gave some love to Black men, especially nowadays. It's a little rare that you see that, unless it's coming from another, Black male. So I definitely appreciated that. I don't know, man. Beyonce, dog. She is just seeing a different level. Like when you hear celebrities talk about they didn't know what to say when they seen Beyonce. That's how she is the famous person.
No, that's a fact.
No, she's the person that Will Smith see and be like, oh my God, Beyonce. You know what I'm saying? Like she's that big.
Yeah.
So I just know shout out to Queen Bee, shout out to the Beehive, everything, man. It was just great, man. Just great.
Honored to be live and watching it.
We should plan a trip to Africa, man.
I do want to go to Ghana. No, that's another thing I want to say, Mills, is and I was talking to Tony about this a couple days ago. The whole Black, drug dealer, or the whole project scene, the whole Black woman throwing babies in the garbage, and like all those are so tired. So those so tired. Funny. Yeah, I know.
I'm sorry for saying. Sam came in at the wrong time and like, what? That's not funny. I didn't even laugh.
No, it was perfect.
Yeah.
I'm so tired of it. It's so old. The slave, the help, like those old narratives, like seeing Beyonce in Africa with gold and people like fashion show, like fabric I never even seen before. I don't know what they were wearing. Yeah, and like that alone, seeing Black people like that, I mean, it does something to you, man. It does something for you. It shows you that it's possible.